I tell them freezing, swag sick sneezing, ass all squeezing, bad chick believe me, easy, I get it, Coke bottle shape and it's classic, stand that, you ain't got these, I bet that. Bring it back, must on the shot, pop up, I see on my back, I be yellow but I'm not freeze, and when you see me, dolly potting double D, staples in my cheek, when I cheese, give me cheese please, too legit to quit, white nail six, KO when the lips get stacked, grinding, clips so I'm used to the head ting, blow like this one. Get in my shoes, can't fit them. Ballin' like a mellow, so you know I'm riding with them. Like a yellow whip, like a bag for the stillers. If the money right here, push it, we can fill six on me.
I'm Carrie Davanci. I've been on this earth for 25 years, but musically inclined for 10. So I've been doing it for 10 years now, since I was 15. The kind of music I listen to, rap, rock, R&B, soul, 90s, 80s, I was influenced by all different types of music. I have an ear for all music. Well, what I mean by influence is that my dad came up on music, my mother came up on music, I came up on 70s music, 80s music, 90s music, and I see how music now has evolved to where it's almost like it's taking it back. So when I say I have that ear, I have that influence. My family has always been music oriented. I've always been music oriented since I can remember. So
money green, I got an addiction. Hello, they call me Cappy for this money.
My style came from the influence that I had in music. My style varies. I can do something poppy, I can do something hardcore, I can do something slow jam. So everything that you see in my music from Freeze Me to my second single, Soar, is just an example of the influence that I had coming up in music. So when I'm writing my songs on pen and paper, I'm thinking about a couple things. You know, I'm thinking about, okay, what's real, what's coming from the heart. How can I affect people with my situations, but how can I make people have fun? You know, how can I affect people, whether good or bad? How can I take my experiences, put them together in words, and make them relatable so that everybody can listen to it? So that's what I think about when I'm writing. Freeze Me is a crazy track. I don't know. I was in the studio one time and one of the producers was like, I got a track for you. And I heard the track and I went crazy out of this world because I'm so different that all my beats are kind of crazy. I don't like the basic type beats. So when I heard it and I seen how this beat goes from here to here to here, I just went to the studio and just wrote it out. I wasn't thinking anything. I just thought of how crazy I was gonna kill it, and I wrote it out like that. So Freeze Me just came out of anxiousness, anxiety, excitement. That's where Freeze Me came from. Freeze Me has over 11,000 views on YouTube. It should be on iTunes. I'm trying to get it to do iTunes next month. And that's what I'm pushing right now, Freeze Me. So every time you see me perform anywhere, I'm performing Freeze Me. Everybody's loving it. People are banging it in their cars. Great views. And it's doing really well. I'm really excited. I'm proud of it. Then my next single is called Soar, featuring Sherelle Rowe. And Soar is about a real life experience, and it touches on the basis of molestation and rape. And I have been blessed to have two companies, Panties.org, and another company interested in using the music for certain topics and situations. So I think I needed to drop Soar because every time I drop something, it's always a club banger or something like that. And I felt like people needed to hear something with me speaking of substance. And it's not the usual me where it's all wordplay and things like that. It's really flat out. And so I'm trying to reach, a younger generation. It's taboo to talk about molestation, rape in the urban community, so that's what I try to address. So I have a lot of good charities trying to back it, so I'm blessed by that. If I had one thing to tell my fans, I would tell them to always be themselves, and when they listen to me, just imagine themselves, because I'm not a character, I'm a human being. That's how I present myself, that's how I present my music. I've pretty much probably gone through the same thing that my fans are listening to. So when you're listening to me, you're listening to my music, you're absorbing my music. I want it to be more like a community because I want it to affect the people that it can relate to. And so always follow your dreams. Don't ever give up. Remain a fighter no matter what you do, and remain true to yourself. And my Twitter, Carrie Davanci, CarryDavinci. All right, this your girl, Carrie Davanci. You with UrbaneTV, The Life, and I hope y'all like my story.
Back to Cali, shopping on Rodeo, Hollywood 20 mil for the deal, no movie though. Magic City.